Hello, everyone. This is Anaïs from IMT Minalbi. Thank you for being connected to this webinar. Before beginning, I just ask you to let me know if you hear me well and if you can see me well. Please answer on the chat engine, the chat box, if you can hear me and if you can see me well. I can see that you are typing right now to tell me yes. Okay, great. So we will begin this webinar on Master AEROMAT Innovation. Today with me, we will have Dr. Etienne Copin, who is the Vice Director of Master AEROMAT Innovation, and also Ekin from Turkey and Xiaoheng from China, who will tell you about their experience as international students in Master AEROMAT Innovation. So before beginning showing you my presentation, I would like to show you a video of IMT Minalbi, a 2-minute video. And let's go.
I'm spending money like I just got paid. $100 bills, tell them keep the change. Come on. Pop a bottle, about to make it rain. Let me give you something now to celebrate. Come on. And if you're wondering why I move the way I do, I just feel so good, good, good. Oh, 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 I just feel so good. I see the world through my thrift store shades, rose-colored lenses and a fake gold frame. Come on. Playing old rock songs on an air guitar, posing for your picture like a superstar. Yeah, come on. And if you're wondering why I move the way I do, I just feel so good.
I hope you enjoyed the video. So let's begin the presentation about Master AEROMAT Innovation. So I guess you know already that this master program is in partnership with the Institut Mines Telecom Business School, which is a management school very near Paris. And maybe you don't know yet, but this program is also in partnership with Airbus. So where are we located? IMT Minalbi is located in the city of Albi, which is in the southwest of France, as you can see on the map. So very near the city of Toulouse. And I'm sure you know that Toulouse is the aerospace valley of Europe. It's the capital for aeronautics and space in Europe. This is also where Airbus is located. So we are very near the city of Toulouse, but also very near the Pyrenean Mountains, not far from Spain, and we are located between the Mediterranean Sea and the Atlantic Ocean. Albi is, we say that it is a medium city. Of course, compared to other cities in Mexico or in India, for example, I guess you will say it is a small city, as we have only 52,000 inhabitants. So I would say it's an ideal place if you want to study. We also benefit from a good weather in the southwest of France. For example, today, June 3, we have around 30 degrees. But as I said, this master program is in partnership with the IMTBS, Institut Mines Telecom Business School, which is located in the city of Évry, which is very near Paris. So you can see on the map where Paris is located, but maybe you knew already. So you can see on these photos some pictures of Albi. Maybe you can see that on the photo that we have a big cathedral in the city of Albi, and actually the historic center of Albi is among the UNESCO World Heritage. So it means that we welcome many tourists all year long in Albi. Regarding IMT in Albi, as a graduate school of engineering, I would like to insist on the fact that we are not a university, we are a graduate school of engineering. So what does it mean? Traditionally, if you want to study engineering in France, you will not go to university. You will go to a graduate school of engineering. In French, it is a Grande École d'Ingénieurs. The main difference is that with university is that graduate school of engineering are more selective than universities. So we are smaller than university. For example, here in IMT Minalbi, we have 1,000 students, but we don't want to be bigger. We are fine with 1,000 students. Our engineering school, IMT Minalbi, has been founded in 1993. Our president is the Professor Narendra Justien. So as I said, we have around 1,000 students, and among them, 24% are international students. So our main nationality on campus is India. We have a lot of Indian students, but also we have a lot of Chinese students. We have a lot of Mexican students from all Latin America, but also African students. And we are quite proud to say that 40% of our students are women, which is a good figure for an engineering school. IMT Mines Albi is a member of the Institut Mines Telecom, IMT, which is the leading group for engineering studies in France, and also a member of Université de Toulouse, Toulouse University, which is a consortium of universities, engineering schools, research centers, etc., in the region of Toulouse. In IMT Minalbi, our four scientific expertise fields are biomass engineering and renewable energy, biohealth and powder engineering, materials and processes for aeronautics and space. So this is where we can find master AEROMAT innovation, and also organization dynamics, or better said, industrial engineering. We have 3 research departments, among them the Institut Clément Ader. And regarding the programs that we offer, we offer, of course, the traditional one, which is the engineering diploma taught in French. But we also offer 5 master programs, which are taught in English. And of course, we can also offer PhD programs. We also offer a French summer school, which is a 2-month program during summer, during July and August, to learn French or to improve your level in French. So during summer, maybe before you begin your master program, which can be in English. But if you want to adapt faster to your new environment in France, maybe it will be useful for you to learn French during our French summer school. Some photos of our campus, but you already had a look at our campus on the video that I shown you earlier. So you can see that we have a green campus. Now, regarding our partnership with the Institut Mines Telecom Business School, IMTBS, the particularity of this program is that part of the studies will be taught in IMT Minalbi, in our engineering school, and 1 semester will be taught in IMTBS in the city of Évry, very near Paris. So you can see a photo of the campus of IMTBS, and of course 2 photos of Paris with the Eiffel Tower and with the Louvre Museum. Now I added a slide on how we welcome international students. as a priority for us. We know that leaving your family, leaving your country, sometimes for the first time, it can be a big adventure. I experienced it myself, so I know what I'm talking about. So it is very important for us to welcome international students the best way possible. So what we do is that we go to the Toulouse International Airport to pick students up, and we drive them to their accommodation. We will book an accommodation for all of you, either on our campus or in the city center. So it means that you don't have to look for an accommodation, even when you spend your one semester in Évry, in IMTBS. What we do as well is we help you to open a French bank account. We help you to register to some insurances. We'll help you to apply to a financial assistance of the French government to help you pay your accommodation. So your accommodation will cost around 350 euros per month. And what you will receive from the French government is around 150 euros. So at the end, your accommodation will cost around 200 euros per month. What we do as well is that we help you with all the immigration formalities. So it can be before you you come to France, applying to the French student visa, for example, but also after when you arrive here to get the resident permit, for example. We also offer you a SIM card so that you can call your family as soon as you arrive in France. And we offer you a visit of the city of Albi, and you will be offered a cocktail by the City Hall of Albi. So all this welcome package allowed us to obtain the certification Bienvenue en France, which is delivered by the Campus France agency in Paris. So now I will give the floor to my colleague, Dr. Etienne Copin, who is the Vice Director for Master AEROMAT Innovation. So Etienne, if you want to put on your camera and your mic, now it's your turn.
Camera now. So I hope you can see me. Let me know in the chat if that's the case. Okay, good. So thank you very much for joining us for this webinar about the Master AEROMAT Innovation. As said by Anaïs, I am Etienne Copin. I am the Vice Director of the Master AEROMAT Innovation, which stands for Aerospace Materials Design, Manufacturing and Innovation Management. So what is the Master? So the Master opened in 2016. So it's been now 4 years that it has started. It's part of what we call the Mention Aeronautic and Space of Toulouse. There is a graduate school of aerospace engineering in Toulouse. And the Master AEROMAT is part of this Toulouse Graduate School of Aerospace Engineering, together with several courses given in ISAE Super-Héros or ENAC, two famous schools in France for aerospace. It has been accredited for 5 years by the French Ministry of Research and Education, which means that the degree we deliver is recognized as an official degree for master students in aerospace engineering in France. So these are figures about the intakes of the previous years. So as I told you, it opened in 2016 with only 8 students. And since then, the number of students have increased to what we think is a nominal value of 20 to 25 students. Some of these students are part of a double degree program with other institutions worldwide with which we have an agreement. This is the case for the Civil Aviation University of China in Tianjin, or the Universitas Indonesia in Jakarta. So what is the scope of the AEROMAT Innovation Program? At the school, we have 3 courses related to aerospace engineering and material engineering in the field of aerospace. The first one, which you can see in the middle, is the French engineering degree we deliver with French students, and they follow a course on advanced materials and mechanical engineering. So this is more focused on general engineering. The school also offers a specialized master program called AMPAS, which stands for Advanced Manufacturing Processes for Aeronautical Structures, which is very specialized on manufacturing and processing materials for aerospace. And finally, we have the AEROMAT Innovation Program, which is also related to material engineering in the field of aerospace, but more dedicated to the management of innovation in the field of aerospace engineering. So with these 3 courses, we cover the field of material engineering in aerospace, from the innovation to the manufacturing. So what are the different things that we will teach you in the AEROMAT Innovation Master Program? So in one master, you will work on aerospace engineering, material and mechanical engineering. This part will be dealt with by the School of Min Albi. And also, which is very unique in this master program, is the part in the Institut Mines Telecom Business School in Paris, where you will learn about innovation management. So there are 3 topics in this master: material and processes, aerospace engineering, and what we think gives a great value to the training is also the innovation management touch that you will receive if you follow this program. This will allow you to join large companies such as Airbus, where they need, of course, engineers which are capable on the technical aspects of the work, but also that are formed and trained to deal with management, project management, innovation management, management of teams, and so on. So I think with these 3 topics, it covers the whole aspect of aerospace engineering for companies like Airbus or Safran, if you know this company, which builds engines for aircraft. So what is the exact content of the training? So the training lasts for 2 years. So it's divided in 4 semesters, and there will be 2 semesters in Albi. The first year, first semester, and the second year, first semester, where you will learn about material engineering mainly. The second semester of the first year will take place in Paris, more exactly in Évry near Paris, at the IMT Business School. And finally, the last semester will be dedicated to the master thesis that you can do either in a company or in a laboratory. So you can have either a more industrial internship type master thesis or a more research-oriented master thesis. So in Albi, we will cover topics about the fundamentals of aerospace engineering, material processing, but also some insight of business and management. While in Paris, it will be entirely dedicated to advanced business management and advanced innovation management. And in the second year, in the 3rd semester in Albi, you will also learn about aerospace engineering and materials engineering, but you will receive more advanced training on these topics. We have the chance in this master to welcome international professors from around the world. Well, I can cite a few of them. You have a list here on the slide, but for instance, the Professor John Nichols from Cranfield University, which is one of the biggest university for aerospace studies in the UK. He's a worldwide specialist in thermal barrier coatings and coatings for aerospace, for instance. You have the Professor Henshaw from the University of Tulsa in the USA, which is a specialist of corrosion, and he comes especially in the master to teach about corrosion science. So the list is wide. We have people from Australia, Spain, Portugal, Germany, China. They come through the master to give their lectures on specialized topics. And of course, the other part of the training is delivered by French teachers, but which are all experienced scientists with an international notoriety. We also have a strong connection with industry. As Anais said, the training is supported by Airbus directly, but also during the master, we invite teachers from different companies to deliver their lectures to you. So you have a strong connection with industry. It's not only purely academic lectures that you will receive, but also lectures provided by professionals from the industry, like Airbus, Safran, Ratier-Figeac, Latécoère, Assystem, the French Space Center, CNES, the French Aerospace Research Center, which is called ONERA, the French Weapon Research Direction, and so on. This is a chance for you to do some networking, so you can maybe find an internship at the end of your training in one of these big companies. And every year we have some students that are doing their master thesis in Airbus, Safran, and so on. I think that this year we have 2 students from the promotion 2020, which are currently doing their internship in Airbus. And a few of our alumni are now working in Airbus, some in France, in Toulouse, some in their home country, in Thailand, for instance, or in China. During the training, you also have projects, master thesis, and internships. You have industrial visits. You will visit the assembly line of Airbus in Toulouse. You have on-site lectures in some of the industrial partner facilities. You have guest lectures, seminar. All this is a chance for you to do networking for your future career in the aerospace industry. So these last few slides detail the content of the master. I will not go in details now. If you can have a look, and if you have questions, of course I can answer them. But this is for the first semester of the first year, which is what I think is interests you more now. So you have lectures related on aerospace technologies, with part of the lectures given by people from the French Space Agency, CNES. You have a module related to material and processes, so about the different families of materials, ceramics, metal and alloys, polymer and composites, material processing, and this includes laboratory work as well. About material processes, we provide also some basics on mathematics for engineer, mechanics, surface engineering, and we have a lecture, dedicated module to additive layer manufacturing, which is now a growing field in aerospace. And you might notice the last one, which is called FLE. It means that it's French classes. You will have every week at least 1.5 hours of French classes, so you can have the basic French level to interact in your daily life in France, like going to the bakery or the supermarket, having a casual conversation, and so on. And then this is, for instance, a video of a project did by students last year, supervised by Airbus. In the first year, part of the project topics are provided by Airbus and supervised by Airbus, but it seems I cannot turn on the video, so I will not show it. But
yeah, Etienne, I confirm that it seems that the link is not working with the
okay,
presentation.
So it's too bad, but it was a project about the pitot probes on Airbus A330. This is something with what Airbus has a lot of trouble. So they propose that the students can think about a redesign or alternative solutions for these probes. And they were very satisfied by the work of the students. It was a group work in this case. The second semester, which takes place in Évry, near Paris, is dedicated to business and innovation management. So you'll have teaching units about sales and business, innovation project, finance for project management, intellectual properties, and so on. This will provide you a strong package, a strong background for working in a management-oriented position, which is the case now. This is something which is required for engineers in Airbus or big companies. They like to have people that have not only technical background, but also are capable of managing projects and people. So it appears it's quite a little slow. I don't know if you can see the next slides, but it details the program of the last year of the AEROMAT program. So it will be again technical lectures on materials, but more advanced. So you will have classes related to aerospace technologies. This time is mainly provided. These lectures are mainly provided by people from Airbus. You have some optional modules. One is dedicated to advanced measurements for aeronautical materials or advanced material and processing technologies for materials. And finally, you will have extensive training on modeling and simulation on materials properties, selection of materials, functional materials, and you have LabWorks options that you can choose between composite materials and metallic materials. With this, I will conclude with the last part of the training, which is a master thesis. This is something that you can do worldwide. You can do it in France, of course, but you have also the possibility to do it anywhere in the world, either in a lab or in a company. Most students choose to work in companies. I mentioned Airbus or Safran. Some students prefer to give their career a more research color, so they do these internships in laboratories. So we had students, for instance, that went in Paris, in some laboratories in Paris, to do their internship, their master's thesis. So the School of Mines of Paris, for instance. So we believe that the AEROMAT Innovation Program will provide you extensive expertise and skills in the field of aerospace and material engineering for aerospace. So you have a list here, which is of course not exhaustive, of what we believe are the typical skills and jobs that you can obtain after following the program. So we have people doing more work in R&D, as I told you, in Airbus, or some prefer the management side of the work. So they went to work for big companies as a lean management officers, which is something which is now very used in the aerospace industry. Lean, if you have knowledge in lean management, it will open a lot of doors to you in the field of aerospace. So I will end my presentation here. So you have the opportunity to ask me questions. But of course, what I think also is can help to convince you the testimony of Ismail and Xiaoheng, who have followed last year the program, the AEROMAT program, and which are currently finishing the last semester in EVRY now. So thank you very much, and feel free to ask questions in the chat.
Thank you.
We'll do our best to answer you.
Thank you very much, Etienne. Before we hear the testimonials of Ekin and Xiaoheng, I would like to give you more details about the application process. For students who are interested to join us for September 2020 intake, our application website is still open. The official deadline was June 30, but we extended it to July 10. So you still have time. You still have a bit more than 1 month to apply to Master AEROMAT Innovation. So for this master program, we are looking for students having backgrounds in mechanical engineering, in material science, most of all, but also aerospace engineering. And I want to insist on the fact that you should have a minimum GPA of 70% or equivalent. Etienne, do you have any other idea of background that we are looking for Master AEROMAT Innovation?
Well, these are the main background that we target, but of course we also study case by case the more exotic backgrounds, and sometimes we have accepted students with a different background. For example, industrial engineering. It all depends of the type of lectures you followed in your bachelor, and also when sometimes when applicants finished their bachelor a few years ago and have some experience in the industry as an engineer, we also have a look of this, look into this. So in this case, the professional experience we will take into consideration when looking at the application.
Thank you.
I wanted also to add something to my earlier presentation. I forgot to mention that you are all very aware of the difficult situation that we face worldwide now, currently, about the COVID-19. You have to know that in France, there was a confinement that was decided in March, middle of March, and up to now, the students have not come back to school, and all the lectures have been done online so far for the end of the year. Because we expect some difficulties next year due to the fact that borders are closed in many countries, and in particular in Europe and in France, we decided that the first semester of the first year of the AEROMAT program will be online, which means that all the lectures will be provided online. We are currently deciding on what will be the exact practical organization for this, if there will be live streams, or is it going to be a video that you can watch at your own pace. This is currently we are currently deciding this, but I can tell you now that the first semester will be online. The second semester in EVRY, however, will be in EVRY. So you will enter normally the master physically in France for the second semester in EVRY, starting the end of February 2020. But from September to February 2021, the course will be provided online.
Thank you, Etienne. Yeah, thank you for this very important information. If we go back to the application process, so we talked about the profile of students that we are looking for. Now, if you want to apply, you have on the presentation the link to our application website. So you will have to fill in personal and academic information, and you will have to upload several documents, such as your CV, your transcript of records, your diplomas, a copy of your diploma, a cover letter, a copy of identity document like a passport, a letter of recommendation, which is optional but much recommended, and an English level certificate, which is optional if you're an English speaker or if the language of instruction in your university was English. For others, it is important to have an English test, and minimum level that we require is the B2 level or the IELTS 6. I would like to insist on the document cover letter. It is very important for us to understand what is your professional goal or your professional project. So it is very important to explain in detail why you want to join Master AEROMAT Innovation and how it will help you to reach your professional plan. Now, when you uploaded all these documents, you will be asked to pay an application fee of 50 euros, which is compulsory to have your application complete. And once you completed your application, results will be communicated to candidates within around 2 weeks. So I hope it is clear. If it's not, you can ask your questions, of course. We will not reply to all your questions now because I would like to give the floor to our international students. So maybe Xiaoheng, you can switch on your mic and your camera to talk to students. Xiaoheng is coming from China. He's a second-year student of Master AEROMAT Innovation.
Can you hear me? Hello, everyone. Can you hear me? Okay. Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm very happy to see you here. Very happy to share my experience with you. Experience of study and life in Albi and especially in EMT Milabli. Now I'm a Master 2 student and I'm doing the internship in France. And also I will tell procedures for me to apply the program and some life experience and educational experience and also some internship. Before to enroll in this program, I met Anaïs in there is held by Gambis France. I think so. Yes, I want to in France to see which one suit me better. So I talk with several programs, I talk with people from France to know their programs in France. Then I met Anaïs, and we have a good. She presented me this program, and I find the very good. My background is the aeronautical materials. So, and there's another reason I choose this program, except its background, its major. My teacher in Aviation University of China also recommended this program to me because there is a collaboration between my university and the Minabi. They know better about this program, about this school, and so finally I decided this program. And I think Anaïs and Etienne already present the procedure, also the programs for you for this 2 years. I want to mention something that during these 2 years, I think our also offer us some very good important to visit the company, and also they invited the company to hold some very interesting meetings to give us communicate directly with the employee company to help us to know more about this company. I think it's very important for us to have a better perspective for our careers. And also something else is in the it's very different. The education in France in EMB is very different from China, from that I have in China. Here, I not only gain the knowledge, they offer me some they offer me the skills, use the knowledge to solve the problem. Maybe it is this is also between the university and also the graduate school. Well, and also these programs offers challenging opportunities for me interested to develop the career in the aerospace industry, technical and management skills. The 1.5 year study, I tried to find an internship branch in France because I know because I was interested in job, and also so I decided to find lab work to do my thesis. So I was very lucky because the school during this period, my teacher Philippe Lourd and Etienne, and they helped me a lot to find the internship. They gave me some advices, and they also gave me the letters for me to apply for the internship. So I now do the internship. It's a lab it's also a member of the Telecom, Telecom. So I think if you want to do this, if you want to internship after 1.5 years study, you can also do this job. Like you can ask for help from them, and you can also in France. It's a good chance for you to continue the work here. And I want to talk about my LV and also in EMT Milalbi. I have some experience in the other schools, but I think Albi is the most friendly school that I have stayed. I think they can solve all you have in your life for your study, etc. For example, I never met a school that they can help you to solve the problem of your example of your titre de séjour, of your visa, of your something like this. They can all handle these problems for you, and also for example, they can offer you the place to live. The other for the most of the school didn't offer the maisons or didn't offer the lodgement for you. You have to find it yourself. So the school have offered a good service for the students. And I have already made friends here, and a lot of my classmates are from Indians. And I know them. They are very kind to me. Very happy to know these Indian friends, and also also other classmates from the foreign countries. So this is the experience for me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Xiaoheng. If I'm talking now to students connected, if you have more questions for Xiaoheng, just let us know, and we will put you in touch with him. Now, Ekin, I hope you can hear us. It's your turn. I'll give you the floor. Yes. Okay.
Can you hear me, guys?
Yes. Very good.
Okay. First of all, thank you for having me, and thank you for all the participants for attending this webinar, and namaste to most of the Indian friends. So I just want to briefly mention about myself and my experience. So I'm Ekin. First of all, also, I hope you are all staying safe during these challenging times, and your families. So I'm Ekin, I'm 25 years old, coming from Istanbul, Turkey. I finished my bachelor's in Istanbul, material science engineering. So after I finished my school, I said, should I get a job or should I move in master to improve my knowledge in materials? So I found this program, which was actually interesting because I always had interest in the aerospace materials, aerospace industry. And in this program, as Etienne mentioned, there is like the materials, the mechanic part, the innovation management, all combined. So it was really interesting for me. And you've seen the partners of the school, like great big companies worldwide. So this was a great plus for me. And but that's not enough sometimes. Like as students, I can get you the outside of the school is important, where you live, the financial stability. And I mentioned like there are lots of financial help the both school has and both the French government has. They help me a lot when I come here. So like all these things, this kind of helped me to choose this program. And I just decided it's France. It's a great country, South France. Weather is nice, so let's do it. So I went there, and they took care of me. I actually, in fact, attended the French summer school, which I can advise you. I only attended 1 month, but because I kind of didn't have any French knowledge, so this really helped me to adapt really quick. I met lots of great international friends as well, great events. So this was a great beginning for me, actually. And it was a really calm, beautiful city in Albi also. And in the other business school, when you're near Paris, it's always great, I think. So this was great also. What I can talk about is that the culture is great, the food is great, these kind of informations. I also I saw some of the comments, if it's okay, when you work hard in your first year in your lessons, the school was really kind for me to give a financial help, kind of like scholarship in my second year. So this was a great thing for me. This school does. So in this case, I think you guys can have it also. Why not? And that's why it was great. The classes, the environment in campus is actually great. I know you will see lots of different cultures, and I managed to have lots of Indian, Mexican, or Latino, every kind people from all around the world. So I think that's a really unique experience. Besides all these classes and other stuff, and what else I can say? Like they have these families with 10 people groups, all include French international students, and you go make some events, go hang out for parties. I think that's a great thing to consider because yes, you are here to work, but it's great to have this socially great environment while you work. It really helps you a lot, actually. And as they mentioned, in the second year, you required to do an internship both in research and both companies. So I was always wanted to do in a company side, and as Etienne mentioned, the school's partners are real, and you can actually use this contacts and partners. It's really great, and actually I was enabled to find an internship in Airbus in Hamburg related to additive manufacturing. But as in the problems today of all of us, this COVID-19 pandemic kind of put my plans in the stop. So currently it's canceled, but I'm hoping it will get better for everyone so soon. And I just heard that in the first semester, all your courses in online. So that may be a little bit challenging for your experience, but I'm sure the things will get better. So I had really fun in these 2 years in my master education, learned a lot, took part in lots of teamworks in school, met new friends, learned how to work together with them. It was a great experience. So without taking too much of your time, I hope we will see you guys too, and hope you will come and have a great adventure here, just like me and Shoheng did in France also. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ekin. Very nice testimonial. So now it's your turn to ask your questions. I can see that we have already a lot of questions. I saw some of them. First of all, I'm very sorry for Luz, who has sound problems, and apparently she can only hear me. So I'm very sorry that you cannot hear to the testimonials and, of course, the presentation of Dr. Copin. But anyway, we will send you the link to the replay of this webinar on YouTube. I saw some questions about scholarships. If we offer scholarships or financial assistance, there are two possibilities for scholarship. The first one, which the deadline has passed already, unfortunately, for September 2020 intake, is a full scholarship from maybe Etienne, you can explain better than me, the EUR scholarship. And it is a full scholarship that takes in charge tuition fees, and you will get an allowance every month. For students who are also interested by research after the master program. And actually, Shoheng, who made the testimonial earlier, obtained this scholarship. And also Luz, who is connected on the chat box, and who is a student for September 2020. She also obtained this scholarship. For the students who are planning to apply for next year, when you got admitted to Master AEROMAT Innovation, maybe you have chances to get this scholarship. After that scholarship, we also have financial assistance, which is actually a discount on tuition fees. It is not a full scholarship, and the student who will obtain the scholarship will have the tuition fees. They will have to pay tuition fees of 5,750 euros per year instead of 9,000 euros. So if you are applying to an admission for September 2020 intake, it's still time to be candidate to this scholarship. By the end of this month, actually, if you are admitted to the program, you will be automatically a candidate to this scholarship. And it is a merit-based scholarship. So it means that we will take into consideration the grades that you obtained during your bachelor program, maybe the experience that you have already, but also your motivation and the career plan that you have. And something that we forgot to say is that when you do your internship in France, so last semester of the program is dedicated to an internship. If you do your internship in France, you will be paid by the company. So the minimum amount that you will receive is 550 euros per month. But it can be much more depending on the company, if the company is generous or not. And of course, as I said at the beginning of the presentation, you will also get a financial assistance of the French government to help you pay your accommodation. So you will receive around 150 euros per month to help you pay your accommodation. So I hope I reply to this question. There was also a question. Yeah, that one. Hi, Anais. I have already got admission for AEROMAT. As everyone knows, due to COVID-19, there is a huge crisis in economy everywhere. My question is, what will be the career options after masters? Because for most of the companies got hit with this, and it will take 2 years or more for them to come back to stability. Maybe Etienne, you have an answer for Sagar.
Yes, this is true. I think if you listen to the news today, you will hear a lot of projection of that kind. And this is true that the aerospace sector has been severely damaged by this crisis due to the interruption of the air traffic. So we can hear many different things. The projection that says it should start to go better in 2021. Some are more pessimistic. So it's difficult to know today what exactly will be the impact of the crisis. Of course, if we find a cure or a vaccine earlier at the beginning of the year in September or so on, or something like this, it would be faster. If the crisis continues for a longer time, it can be longer. So it's very difficult for me or for many of the other specialists in the school to tell exactly how long the crisis will last. We can only hope it will not last too long. But I personally believe that this will not put an end to the air transportation. So there will still plane flying in the coming years, and at some point, I believe the market will go back to its previous state. But the only thing is we cannot know exactly when. So yes, it's going to be difficult in this area.
Maybe I can.
If you enter the master next years, it means that you will graduate in 2 years' times. So it's going to be in 2022. So the context may have changed totally from until then. So I cannot tell you exactly what will be the market in 2 years, but for sure we have now companies like Airbus that are firing a lot of people.
If I can add something, Etienne, I would just say that experience shown in the past that the aerospace industry is quite resilient, even with events like the Twin Towers in New York event, or other financial crisis. Some event like this shown that the aerospace industry was resilient, and it continued to increase. So, of course, as you said, it will be difficult for a moment. We don't know how long, but I think that specialists of the industry have a good hope to see the industry increase again. Okay, so we have a question of Simon. How many people are admissible in year one? How many are applying? This is an interesting question. As Etienne said earlier, we have around 20-25 students in the master each year. Now, I think we have around 15 students who got admitted already. And how many are applying? This is a difficult question. I would say more than the double. I don't know, Etienne, if you have a more detailed answer.
Sorry, my mic was off. We target a number of students between 20 and 25. Of course, more than these are admissible, but we always have some students that don't come in the end, or that don't continue the process. And luckily, it was the actual number of people coming every year stayed in that range from 20 to 25. About how many people are applying, I don't know the figure. I think it's maybe twice as much, so maybe more than 50 applications, between, I would say, between 50 and 70 maybe.
Okay.
It really depends on the year.
Hassan is asking about tuition fees, which is, of course, an important question. Tuition fees for non-European citizens are 9,000 euros per year. And we ask students to pay half of the first year before coming to France. For European citizens, tuition fees are exactly 5,473 euros per year. Which after half to be paid before coming to France can be paid by installments. And as I said a bit earlier, there is a possibility to obtain financial assistance to get a discount on tuition fees. So for non-European citizens, instead of paying 9,000 euros, you will pay 5,770 euros per year. What about part-time job? Is French language necessary for part-time job? With the student visa that you will get, you will have the possibility to have a part-time job. So this is something allowed. But actually, this is not really something that we recommend, because it is a full-time program, which will be quite demanding. So we want you to focus on your studies first.
And I can add something to this, is that although we don't recommend to having a part-time job, because the load will be high between the lectures, the training, and the job. French is most of the time necessary for a part-time job, but you have the possibility between the first year and the second year to do a summer internship, 2-month summer internships, and every year we have some students that do this kind of internship. Some of them, I think every year we have a few students. Regularly, they go to Safran to do an internship at Safran, mainly through contacts they got from their lectures during the year. So every time, this is why we said this is an opportunity. Every time you have some external lecturer that comes from industry that gives you a lecture, this is your chance to do networking and to give them your resume and ask for a summer internship.
And regarding the French language, is it necessary for part-time job? I would say that it will depend on where you're applying. It is possible that where you apply for the part-time job, they ask you for a minimum level in French to make you understandable. So this is also why we offer you French language classes for free every week. So if you arrive in France and you don't speak any word of French, maybe it will be complicated to have a part-time job. So if it's important for you, what we advise you to do is to begin to learn French before coming. As I said earlier, we also offer a French summer school, which cannot take place this year because of the health crisis. But for those who are who would like to apply for next year, the French summer school will be available. But even if you come this year, you have the possibility to do the French summer school between the 2 years of the program. And I think, Ekin, if you're still online, if I'm not mistaken, you joined the French summer school before beginning the program, right?
Yes. I joined for 1 month right before I came in August, and it was really helpful for me.
Okay, but it is French language classes, but also cultural activities and tourist activities.
Like When I first came, I thought we will just be in the classroom all day, all summer, but they have lots of great coordinators. And once you do some visits to many parts of France, museums, all these places, and when you get the culture and history of the France, and you also in the sites learn the language, which I think is quite cool. Yeah.
And about French language for your everyday life, would you say that it is compulsory to speak a little bit of French, or what would be your advice?
Yeah, I think it depends on you. Definitely, French people don't like force you to speak right in the moment to speak perfect French. But if you believe yourself, like to work hard a little bit on your French. Like when I came here, I was not even A1, but now I believe I'm B1, close to B2 level French. So if you constantly improve, I think your stay in France will be much better, I believe. So I will recommend to learn French when you start this program.
Okay. How many international students this year or previous year got jobs after completion of masters? Can you please give me a number and mention of how many students got job? So I actually don't have the answer to this question. Maybe Etienne, you have more information than me.
I do not have the exact figure as well, and but I would say the majority of the students, they find a job right after their master.
Mm-hmm.
And but it was my colleague Philippe Lours who followed this matter more than me. So I only know about the most successful students that got hired in Airbus Toulouse, which is quite difficult usually for new graduated students. So I only know about the first promotion, and I believe the 8 students from the first promotion, I know that they all have jobs. But for the next promotion, it's more Philippe who knew about this.
Okay.
So I'm sorry, I cannot answer your question.
Vignesh is asking about, given the fact that it has been made online for the first semester, can you explain the tuition fees details? We had another question from another student earlier regarding that matter. So tuition fees have not changed. It's still 9,000 euros per year. This is the decision of the director of the school, because all the practical work and all the visits to industrial websites and company visits will still take place. So probably during the first semester of the second year, when you come back to Albi. Can you confirm, Etienne, that it is what we planned for Master AEROMAT?
So I agree with what Anna said. And it's the school policy on which we have no power. And for the organization you mentioned, I'm not aware of this currently.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Anyway, for all the admitted students, you will receive very soon more details about how the first semester will take place. This is a new situation for us. So we are still trying to adapt the best way possible. So we don't have all the information today for this webinar, but we will inform all the admitted students as soon as possible. So Danica is asking about accommodation charges. So we will book an accommodation for you, for all students, either on campus or in the city center. And the price rent is around 350 euros per month. But as I also said a bit earlier, you will get a financial assistance of the French government to help you pay your accommodation charges. So you will receive around 150 euros per month. So at the end, the cost of the accommodation will be around 200 euros. What are the eligibilities for scholarship? So I guess you are talking about the merit-based scholarship that for which we haven't selected a student yet. The eligibilities is to get accepted to master AEROMAT innovation, and we will take into consideration the grades that you obtained during bachelor, recommendation letters that you can provide, but also the professional plan that you have. And if you have a very well built professional plan. The visa must be required even for online classes. No, you don't need to apply for a visa for the online classes. And actually, it will be very difficult to apply for a visa in the coming weeks. This is why we decided to do the first semester online. So as soon as borders are open, and as soon as the French embassy, the French consulate in your country can deliver visas, we will ask you to apply to join us in February.
So as Anna said, you still need to prepare the visa for the second semester that will take place in Évry as soon as the France allows the delivery of a visa.
Yeah, because we do not know how long it will take to obtain the visa, as the embassy were closed during a few weeks or months. Maybe a lot of people will apply for a visa. So as soon as it is open, we advise you to apply for the visa. Can we do our online class in France if we got visa? Because international flights are going to open on August in India and June 15 in France. Oh, I didn't have this information. This is something that we need to confirm because I think, Etienne, you don't have the information.
I didn't have the information, but if you were planning to buy your plane ticket, I suggest you wait a little because, again, one of the policy of the school, at the same time as saying that it's going to be an online class, I think for M1 students, they do not plan to welcome students on campus due to the measures regarding the COVID-19. What they want is to avoid dealing with students that will arrive at different times and during the semester. So we are not sure that at the moment that M1 students will have the possibility to join the campus, even for doing the online class from their student room. So this is still under discussion at the level of the direction of the school.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
For M2 students, they will be on campus, but we're not sure M1 student will have this possibility in September, at least not right from September.
I am already working in France. Can I use my formation account to do the program? I don't understand the question. What do you mean by formation account? Can you write it on the chat box? You're already working in France. I'm sorry, I don't understand the question. So maybe we can come back to this question a bit later. So you said you have finished your application process on March 7 and you haven't received a response regarding your admission. So this is something which is not, which is weird. You should have received a reply because we organized several admission juries since March 7. So either the application was not complete, maybe not paid, or I don't know what happened, but I will ask my colleague, Mrs. Lydie Mignano, who is the head of all master programs, about your specific situation, Vivek. Details of part-time job. I don't know, maybe I know that some students, not in this master program, but in others, they worked in a hotel some hours per week. Maybe you can work in a restaurant, or I actually don't really know. Maybe Ekin or Xiaoheng, if you know students who had part-time job, maybe you can give examples if you know some of them.
Yes, some programs in AE. Some of my classmates have the part-time job in the shop of Apple. Some account, some statistic works for Apples, and also the others jobs in little companies to help them to some detailed jobs to arrange the document. These kind of jobs, and also just like Etienne said, that some of my classmates part-time jobs during the summer vacation try to apply for the 2 months or 3 months internship in France. It is also good.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So for this year, whether the French summer class will also be done online, unfortunately, no. The school decided to cancel French summer school for this year. As part of the French summer school deals with cultural and tourism activities, it has been decided to cancel it for this year. So if you want to join it, it will be for summer 2021, July and August. What will be the examination mode for first semester students? I think, you tell me if I'm mistaken, Etienne, but I think that it hasn't been decided yet, or at least we don't have this information. We will inform admitted students as soon as we can.
I can add a few more information to this. As I told you, the school is closed for students since March, but the French engineering students, they still had their exams. So we found solutions to do online exams. Sometimes it's some assignment you have to do at home and that you submit. And sometimes it's oral presentation that we do using tools like Zoom or Skype or any other visual conference tool. So it depends on the type of assignment or exam, and it will depend module by each module will have their own policy for examination. But there will be examination like for any normal semester. Only the practical details will change.
Thank you, Etienne. Etienne, can you switch to the following question? Okay, I'll try to do it myself. Okay, I received. Okay, Vivek. Yeah, you can see that it is following your first question regarding the reply that you didn't get. So, if I understand well, yes, your application was examined and you were in the complimentary list, and you will receive an answer in June. So, when can you expect a reply? It will be in the coming days or weeks. I guess before June 15, you can receive a reply. Once again, I will talk with my colleague Lydie Mignano, in charge of master programs, to provide you a reply.
I can answer this question. So asked by Luz. If we can, between classes, assist in one of the laboratories, unfortunately, it's not possible for administrative reasons. and especially for material related research, because the material laboratory has been, the status has changed to a restricted research areas, and the procedure to access the lab is quite strict. And so the student status you have when you do the first semester does not allow for you to access the lab by yourself to work in the laboratories. But again, during summer breaks, you have the possibility to do internships that can be in labs if there are offers. Some of the students from the AEROMAT from the AEROMAT M1, for instance, I think Ismail and Xiaoheng can tell me if I'm wrong, but I remember that Abhilash did his internship at the lab between his first year and his second year.
Thank you. I don't know if you have other questions. I can see that someone is typing. No. Okay, so if you don't have any other question, I will just show you back the email address to which you can write to ask for more questions, more details.
Anaïs, there was
yes.
a last questions. Just
okay,
before
sorry.
You
okay. Is there a possibility of postponing the deadline of the deposit payment in the case of admissibility to the program? If I wasn't able to pay the deposit within 3 weeks of being declared admissible, is my admissibility status still valid? This is something that happens several times a year, that we allow students to postpone the deadline for the deposit payment. So what I advise you to do is to write an email to the email address I shown you just here. And Mrs. Mignano, Lydie, she will tell you if it's accepted or not. But I think you, given the current situation, you have good chances for your request to be accepted. Okay, so thank you so much for being connected to this webinar, to have stayed with us almost an hour and a half. If you have other questions, please send us an email. We will reply with pleasure. And thank you as well to Etienne for your presentation, for all the details that you gave about Master AEROMAT Innovation. And of course, thank you, Ekin, and thank you, Xiaoheng, for your testimonials. It was a real pleasure to see you, because now it's been a long time that we didn't see you.
Yeah.
And so thank you very much. And I hope to see you soon. Well, soon, maybe in Albi in the months of February. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Have a nice day.